What it do, snackers, snackers, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. I am here with Domingo Fresh.
Hey,
You are now tuned in to Loading Snacks Weekly, where we get together once a week. We talk about things that are happening in pop culture. And today, in a weird way, we have an original guest who's not original because he's been there from the beginning. So he is original to the beginning, but is also now original to this show because for some reason, Kay's never been on this show. We gotta fix that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, Doctor Who, what up? Kai, what up?
What's popping? What's up?
Away from the very beginning. Lisa, what up? Um,
My chair to match the screen. Yes, yes.
Candace said, "Welcome, Kay."
Hey, Candace.
Um, yeah. So look, again, doing things a little different. This is gonna be kind of like an interview
Oh,
because that's right. Tighten up. It's Tie Tuesday, sir.
is that? Oh, yeah.
Um,
Be a fake tie.
we'll get you one. You just draw it on your shirt.
Okay, great. Do that.
Um, I'm doodling now. What do you mean? Um, what's up, Heather? Um,
Oh, hey.
Kay has been around from the very beginning of Loading Snacks. Kay is, in fact, one of the founding members of Loading Snacks. And if you ever see us out and about when we're at conventions and so forth, you generally will see Kay somewhere in person. However,
Yes, there's a however.
there is a however. For the longest time, I'm gonna say for somewhere close to the first 8 years or so that we were doing content, Kay was never on camera by choice
Yeah.
for some reason. And we're gonna dig into that a little bit. But what it really means though is that outside of some appearances on like Loading Snacks Movie Club, um, our audience really hasn't had a chance to get to know Kay truthfully. There are a few spots here and there where Kay jumps in, does some tech bites. If you're paying attention to our social media, generally on Thursdays, you'll see Kay sliding into the screen,
Yeah. Almost fell a couple times.
almost falling,
Yeah.
and
Hilarious.
introducing some version of tech that that he's working on or that he likes or that he thinks is cool. It could be an app, it could be a piece of camera equipment or something like that. But I want to give you a little bit of background, at least as I see it, from a personal side. So Kay really is the mastermind behind the Loading Snacks production and what it looks like and sounds like. All of the music that you hear when we post is like 98.77% K.
Sound like a radio station.
He makes from scratch. B said that electric slide. Yeah, my man just be sliding in to introduce the tech. So we're gonna call that the electric slide. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
What
That's
up,
it.
B?
Shocking.
J. Robert Dean says, "Gentlemen, how are you both? Good to see you both again. Should be noted that Kay cleans up very nice.
Oh, thank
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
Very much. Thank you very much. And
Yeah.
I do like my back store man beard though and mustache. I do love that. It's coming back though. You never
It's
know.
necessary sometimes. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Cuddy says, "What up, fellas? What's that in Kay's background? Light border looks cool. Just can't tell what the pick is. He slides in like our Black Kramer." Ah!
That's it right there.
That's it.
That's a
I
call from
mean, Kay, you could go pick it up and just bring it over and show it off because that's kind of that's a thing we do. Might as well just Let's take a look. The fresh Nezuko, huh?
Yeah, but we got my girl on the back though. Let's not get it twisted. We got
Oh yeah. Never forget Toph is the one.
Yes, Toph is the one. Everything on my
Toph is
desk
the one.
I'm waiting for this tank top to come over. So let me get that.
Okay, we'll make it happen. Zayna said, "Whoa, hey K."
Yo, Zayna, what's up? I didn't, the Zayna, I mean, after me and Zayna got this thing, so, it's good that Zayna said hi to me. I'm like, now I can pretty much, go home or something like that. I'm good now since Zayna said
Oh
hi.
yeah, hey, listen, if it falls, then it falls on camera. It's meant to be, bro. It's captured forever.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep it straight. Let's see what happens.
You could. I was gonna say you could have told me like it's not a good idea for me to pick it up right now, B.
Nah, I'm not
I
gonna.
was
I'm
I
not
was
gonna.
balancing that joint.
But did
But
you
he
see?
said that's clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hey, what up, Malik? That first metal bender.
exactly.
Real in there.
Greatest
Real in there.
player alive. Don't you
Yo,
thunderheads ever forget it? And then literally rolls out.
that's it. Rossi said I was about to say Domingo is okay. And then he said my favorite ATLA is his, and now I have to go back to being nice to him. And that's what it is.
Are you serious right now? All right,
Right?
so we have crossed a whole new chapter. If that is
Yeah.
entirely true, then I can never be mean to you again, ever.
I mean, y'all on the same joint.
That's
Top is the goat.
you should have started out with that, and I never would talk
A long time ago. It'd have been over.
about your little boo boos. Now her little boo
Um
boos are my little boo boos. Yay!
yeah, let me see that. Let me see that LV. Let me see that Le Vuvu. Let me see that Louis Vuitton.
Dun, 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 dun. Boom, dun, 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 dun.
Yo,
Exactly. That's exactly it.
it's out of control. She said, nah.
I gotta
Van
get
Hammer all day.
that. Don't.
Van Hammer all day.
Don't.
Yeah. This is out of control. Okay.
Yeah, I know it is. I got.
Before we start digging into Case personality, which y'all are really getting some insight into right now. I just want y'all to know.
I will not hold back.
You shouldn't. I gotta talk a little bit about the convention from this past weekend.
Mm.
Um let's see. Hold on, we getting a lot of questions. Hold on. Malik says y'all think the movie's gonna fulfill that nostalgia left from ATLA, or they're trying to reintroduce the series to young viewers.
Live one, the live version. Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna be hard to say. I I I feel like I feel like it'll probably be a bit of both. I don't really think you can take something that is as popular as it was and continues to be and redo it, reintroduce it, or whatever without having to think satisfy the fans that already exist. Having something that's popular that way that also now has the nostalgia with it.
correct.
Um,
Where my bell at?
yeah, stop. You know what? Zayna said, did you get the whole big into energy series? She's asking about your Labubu. She want to know how much bread you spent. K
Oh,
don't spend bread. He got people that spend bread on him. You know what I mean?
nah. Because see, people when things happen, people take their little boo boos and roll with them. So no, I get off.
Okay.
I think right now, at the moment, I'm probably maybe 300 in. But I mean, it's kind of
Mm.
like that's not that bad when you talk about they cost like $30. I sold one today, but I wanted to get the
You
other one.
almost bought it.
Yeah, but my other stuff is like, or we talk about that like super plastic. I mean,
Uh-huh.
they went under. Short thing, they went under and they went back to their cartoons because the
Cause
situation
money.
right now, things with tariffs, and they try to keep it up, but they're already like dumb expensive. Like just real
For
quick,
sure.
like this is janky. This is janky with the drip. So janky with the drip when it really came out,
Drip.
350. I got this in Art Basel, got it for 250. But the thing is like then they came out with like a whole
And Miami?
yeah. Cause I like it
Yeah.
was because like this little kid, man, this one I had to take it back on the plane. So almost didn't make it back. Everybody and their grandmother wanted this joint. This is the last one they had before everything went. But then,
See, this
yeah,
is the thing. See, you got them started now.
I'm a pause.
You got them started now.
But
But now,
but before, I mean, this one ain't really that funny right now. But that's what I got. Don't let the
bro,
monkey come down. That's all I can tell you.
that's
The monkey.
a little. You sleep near that?
You know what I did? I put when I well, I mean, honestly, I don't even know why I did that because it's still kind of crazy. I haven't really watched anything that has anything to do with that lately, so I put it in front of the door
Okay,
in the
that's
window.
fair. Candace has a question.
Yo, what up?
She wants to know if your good friend, the Orange Hand Pup, is gonna make an appearance one day.
Oh yeah, Rossi, man, Rossi's cool.
Rossi is
Rossi is an animal. Man. I tried to do the Rossi takeover. He's hilarious. There's still so many things. Like when Rossi was looking for something to eat in Miami, but I'm gonna let y'all go into what he was trying to consume.
Oh
Rossi's
no. J. Robert Dean, he doesn't have 300 of them. He has spent like $300 on them.
and some of them has been gifts, you know what I'm saying? So I can't,
Yeah.
you know, again, turn on that.
Like that guy.
That's one of the worst things you could ever do for me is like show me an art toy and I can really afford it. That's crazy. It's over.
Frosty said the monkey is haunted. Could be.
I know, that's crazy. Oh, wait,
Could
so
be.
wow, because when they got it, right? And I got it and I was in the movie theater and I was like, yo, I don't think I really should have got this. I thought this was gonna be something different. And then I tried to wind it up at the end, but it didn't wind up. But I was hoping it was gonna wind up. I asked somebody, hey, did you wanna wind my monkey at the end? They were like, oh no. There's somebody I was
I
sitting there.
want y'all to know that K is so excited to be here, y'all.
Hey, yeah.
They say they asked, is that why your decor is so clean?
Oh,
Smooth.
it's a whole nother story behind that. But basically, I'm in the process of trying to move. But at the end of the day, this is my family's casa. And so I'm here right now. So I just got to keep it nice and straight.
Keeping it. Ugh.
I mean, this what's in front of me right now is kind of like a little bit, different. If I could see what's in front of me, it's like a little messy. But back there is pretty much all that. I don't know how you want to take it.
Hey, talk to me about your time on Saturday at TCon.
Oh yeah.
But then I can talk a little bit about Morioku Con
I see.
from this weekend.
I like the Andy Griffith on you right there. The reel me in.
Wheel it in, bro.
Oh yeah. So
Wheel it in, bro.
shout out to News.
Back it up, B.
Because TCon is actually because I looked at it once. It's their 9th year this year, so it's gonna be the 10th year. Hey, what's up? What's good? What's popping? So this is gonna be the 10th year next year. I'm hoping that it's gonna be super super awesome. The first time I went was great. This weekend was really really good. I got to see some different stuff from different artists. It's like it wasn't really super super packed on there on Saturday, and that's why I was kind of feeling some kind of way. You know somebody and they throw a party and you walk in the party, it's not really people there, but you like, damn, you wanted to be successful. So I'm quite sure it was Friday because I did see some clips from it. But when I walked in there, it's a little light, but it started to get a little bit packed when I was about to leave. Yeah. And I copped this from one of the gentlemen. He said he did this as a 3D print job and he painted it himself. I don't have his name.
Pretty smooth. Is it sanded down?
Yeah, it's pretty good. He had like the little Basquiat, little kind of like crown on the side of here, right here. It's pretty neat. I copped a couple of them, and I just thought, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna put it on my desk with all my other toys. I have not gave them a name yet, and I haven't gave them a voice, but that's what they would be. They all have.
But that's part of the mantra. Whenever you get something new like that, right? A name and a voice.
Name and a voice, and then there's an attitude that goes with it. Sometimes it's the voice kind of goes with the attitude, and then the name just kind of fits. So, if I could say that, Amarinhijo, probably that might not be his name.
You almost got it.
I know.
Close.
I'm
You're in there. So the convention, TCon is I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like, right? It's a t-shirt convention, but it's a combination like art show, t-shirt convention, music convention. It celebrates like hip hop and like kind of the crossing between clothes, like from a cultural standpoint.
And gaming. That was a huge part. The game room they had, sparked so many ideas I was talking about. But they had a whole nother section that had like all these PlayStations. I'm an Xbox guy, but even I wanted a PlayStation after that. It was just the experience they had in there. All these little lights, and each console had its own. It had one main console that had the big sound system you could play on the wall through a projector. Um, the things they have in there for was teaching you how to start your business, how to know where you get your prints from, the type of quality, your LLC, copywriting your designs. Shout out
Yeah.
to Corinto Gallery because Husway was there. He's been there every year. That guy's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to doing clothes and starting your brand. Dead serious about it. He's a very nice dude. But yeah, it's like this. It's anything you really want to know about starting a t-shirt business, any clothing business, the art, the concepts of it, running it, the management, marketing, and then everything around it is gaming, food. They had like little food vendors inside of there, but mainly it's just that. And it also had you can build your own shirt there. They had a bunch of designs from TCon. They had all these, and you can kind of custom make your own shirt while you were there and hoodies. So it's pretty good. Michelle does a really, really great job, and
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see it grow a little bit more. But the thing is, next year is going to be the 10th year, so I'm quite sure they're going to do it up for that. But she also has a shop in Petworth, Cookie Ware, I believe it is, and she's done a
Yeah.
lot of different things. You know, it's cool. Definitely, if you haven't had the chance to go there, and if you have a desire to start a clothing business, these are people that you see every day. But it's a really really fun. They're very approachable, and they will answer your questions down to the T about what you should do, and even give you places where
Right.
you can go. They're not gatekeeping. They want you to succeed. So it's pretty good. I love it.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, man. The first time I went a couple years ago, um, I actually ran into people who used to be students of mine.
Mm,
Um, that I didn't know, and like one of them's an art teacher now, and one of them, Louis Reed, he does. I mean, he does art all over the city. Um, Corinto's there. Like it just there are a lot of people who are there. More than what you think when we generally think a convention. A lot of times we think in terms of what we usually attend, which are comic conventions or pop culture conventions, which are really there to help perpetuate the brands and kind of give you an opportunity to maybe meet some creators and stuff like that. But they're not, outside of maybe a couple of panels, they don't tend to be like educational. And TCon is different from those in that, like a lot of other conventions that aren't pop culture and comic book conventions, they really are geared more towards being educational about the business and how to do your own thing and how to start things and some of the best ways to deal with and do design and so forth. So, I mean, I'm glad you had a chance to get to go
mm,
on Saturday. We kind of had to, hit the Scooby Doo and split up gang.
yeah.
Um, so that's what we do.
I'm glad it was
Um,
a horror movie.
yeah, exactly. Although we did end up in apparently a haunted hotel. Um,
That's what Corinto drink. This little pellet.
hey, he does, and Corinto does dope stuff.
Yep.
If you haven't ever seen his gallery, is like right there at the harbor, at the National Harbor.
And he has
Uh,
it on 14th Street. There's two locations.
yeah, yeah. If you're at the harbor, it's like right by the escape room, across from the candy shop.
Yep.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I listen. I almost did it. I almost did it, Domingo. I knew it was gonna happen. Um,
It's been like that all day, bro. All day.
all day, bro. Um, so yeah, so we went to Oroku Con. We missed Friday because obviously we had Sin service on Friday, which I must say, it was beautiful. It was
Yeah.
beautiful to see so many people and you know so many faces, people I hadn't seen in years. I mean, I had talked to recently because of the circumstances, but to kind of get a chance to see everybody and have everyone be together was really outstanding. To see the community kind of come together for him and to be there and everybody in their purple, it just was really 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 dope. And so that was really cool. But we were originally supposed to be at that convention all 3 days, and so obviously again we couldn't do that Friday, Saturday. We went up in the morning, got acclimated very quickly, and jumped literally directly into doing a panel. And then we jumped into our panel. We did our being comfortable being a geek panel, which again was great. We had a lot of support there. And it was different. It was a little tough because we were doing it for the first time without Sin.
Right.
Um, but it was cool. J. Robert Deans says, if y'all are the Scoobies, which of you is Fred, which is Shaggy, and does that make Jokes Scooby? No, Jokes is Scrappy. Clearly, clearly, Jay is Scooby.
Ooh,
Yeah, we
I love,
we're gonna
I
leave it at
love,
that, man.
I love. Yes, yes.
Uh, uh. Arsa says, thanks for coming.
Mhm.
To Moroku Khan. I hope our poster and all those well wishes brought you comfort. It certainly did. As you can see, it's sitting behind you.
Right.
It was really cool. Nice to have everybody, come up and sign it, or for the people who are at tables there to sign it. It's one of those things again, like you never really exactly know what your reach is, and something like this kind of helps to re-show you some of that. Ram Vision Media, I'm sorry for y'all loss. Love you, Cuzzo. Love you back, bro.
Yeah, man.
Um, the J. Robert Dean said their table and gesture was very nice. I agree. They actually did do a dedication to Sin at their opening ceremonies. We missed it because we were, at his service. But again, all of it was really nice, really dope. Zayna said Jokes is 100% scrappy OMG. Facts.
Yeah, no, my agree. Puppy power.
Shout out to Michael Lindbaum on GRDH who pushed to put it there. It's definitely a good look. Mike is in here somewhere hanging out. Uh, what's up, Courtney? How are you? Hope you're holding it together. Yeah, so it was really cool. Again, a little tough. But our good friend Rob jumped in on the panel with us. Again, we had a really good conversation. Um, there were some really good questions, and we do that panel a lot. We're looking at making some adjustments and some changes to it to kind of keep it fresh, and add some other things that I think will be necessary going forward. But we had a really good time. Um, Mike said Jesse, the logistics department head, gets a lot of credit for the signing of the poster.
Mm.
Um, Indeed, I know it was your idea to kind of help put the poster. You reached out to us and asked us about it ahead of time. But having the poster in a place and in a way where people could get there and sign it, um, again was really cool to know that somebody who voiced a character in Dragon Ball Daima has signed this.
Mm.
It's a thing I feel like would make Sin very happy. Um, so again, everybody was super nice. It was really cool, and even just walking around, like we ran into people who we hadn't seen in a while. What up, Kermit? But we had one. There was a table we stopped at that had some content on the table I won't discuss here, but they actually said that they thought it was really nice and was great, and were gave some very warm and heartfelt comments about the loss of Sin, and then stated that they had seen us um, do the Being Comfortable Being a Geek panel at Awesome Con with Jerry, and they know Jerry and Penny and Brian Turner and used to do caricatures and stuff like that with them. So it was cool. And you're right, Mike. Tom Laughlin was also in One Piece too. So again, it
Wow.
is really dope. You know
That's
what I mean? To have had him and
mm.
look, both panels, Crystal's panel and Tom's panel, I had a great time um moderating those panels and having a good conversation with them. We had a really good time. The music was great. The drinks were very drinky.
It's a winner. Drink official.
Well, the drinks were very drinky.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. But yeah, we had a good time. You know, we unfortunately weren't there to be able to do the haunted ghost tour there at the Lower Baltimore Hotel, but you know, it'll come around again. We'll get another opportunity. So, yeah, good weekend overall, in terms of the conventions, and really just a great send off for Sin again for everybody who was there, was able to be there. Um, you know, it was just awesome. Yeah, that's right, Frosty. That LB Aquatini with
Mm.
the Swedish fish in the bottom was a problem.
Wow, that
Um,
sounds delicious.
yeah, you know, a little blue drink with some fish swimming in the bottom of it, or dead at the bottom, just sitting at the bottom of it. Speaking of having joined us on the panel, there's Rob. What up,
What up, Rob?
Rob? Um, yeah, so you know, that was the weekend, mostly in a nutshell. We sat in the lobby, had drinks, and played Uno.
Oh, oh no.
I don't remember how many games I won, but I feel like it's more than Frosty, and I think that's all that really counts. Frosty said I will and did steal the Swedish fish, 100%. Somebody's Swedish fish, and made me go ask for more Swedish fish. Look, the the dude at the bar, he did his job. He put one Swedish fish on a toothpick and stuck it in there, and she was like, "I need more." I was like, "I'll just ask him for more Swedish fish," and so the dude put like a bunch of them in. It was kind of funny. Uh, Rob says she still owes me a fish. Good luck with that, buddy. You know what I mean? What up, Marcus?
Marcus was good.
Rob says, sorry, I'm late. It's all good, man. Late is it's part of the show.
I
You know what
think
I'm saying?
late is on time. Late is
Yeah,
actually.
late is part of the show. Probably said, I got the first game, so that's the most important thing. I mean, sure. You know what I mean?
Watch,
First winner, last loser, something like that. I don't know if that's how
watch
that
this.
goes.
I'm siding with Frosty on that one.
You know what? You better. You better. She can't kick you out of here, but you know what I mean? Like, so you're safe technically at the moment.
Nice.
But you got to deal with the wrath when we get to Ocean City, I'm sure. Rob said had a great time with everyone. Absolutely. Mike says Swedish fish are amazing. LOL. I mean, I suppose they're more amazing in the bottom of a drink if you drink it.
Mm.
Yeah, Marcus, you missed Uno. It's fine. Like you know what I mean. We'll make sure it happens again. Frosty said, Rob, sure, I'll bring you Swedish fish. Doesn't mean they'll stay with you. Exactly. So you know what, Rob, you're wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? You're wasting your time. Tell her keep her fish and protect Lindsay. That's what I'm going to tell you to do. At all costs. Now, okay,
Yo.
let's talk about you, bro. I hope you're comfortable doing that because that's what we're here for.
About me? Okay, we can talk about me. Come on.
Yeah, Mike said I eat Swedish fish all the time. I mean, listen, and I'm sure, but are they at the bottom of an aquatini? I think that's all the difference, sir. Yeah. Mari and Robin will let y'all have that fight.
Mm.
Domingo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What do we call you, bro? Domingo, Kev Nyce, Domingo Fresh. What are we doing?
Well, I like it when people call me like all those names in one sentence. But, like I
just did that.
I technically, yeah, you did. I technically go by Domingo now. Kev Nyce is cool, and that's the original. Has a crazy meaning because I wasn't nice, so somebody gave me. As a matter of fact, shout out to him. Chris Royal was the person who gave me that name, Nice, because I wasn't up against the wall. They used to work there. I was mean. Jersey guy, dirty DC guy, original things. So I had two cities molding me together and all the things I was into. So I was like not nice. I was very sarcastic. So he said, Kev Nyce, we're gonna call you that because you're not. The Domingo is kind of like because when I found out what day I was born on, like what day, but I just couldn't have like Sunday was always my favorite day. So like when I said, so I've been trying to learn Spanish for years. I know a little, but not what I want to. So basically, Domingo, Sunday. So I said, okay, cool. and then I just had to have a last name. All my nicknames have last names. Kev Nyce.
Right.
So Domingo Fresh. Then it was gonna go Domingo Vasquez. I was gonna actually change my name really to
Mm.
Domingo Vasquez, but I don't know if I go out the country now. I might not get back in. So we'll find out from that.
You might not be allowed to stay. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I'm like, we need to
My
find.
brother said Big Royal was that dude, 100%.
I was wondering about him one day, and I saw something he posted on Facebook. I said, "Oh, he's still around. So that's cool."
Oh, for sure.
But
Yeah, and listen, Royal sends me messages like 3 times a week.
okay,
No joke.
I like that. I
No
like
joke.
yeah, he was
Yeah.
responsible.
Usually it's music related. Usually he's sending me some, some hip hop or something like that. Like usually it's music related, but every now and again he'll he'll remind me of a party or something we were at where he, you know, had to do something or something like that. Like,
You want to look at an indirect universal math. So technically, working it up against the wall with Chris Royal, and then going back to this computer store I was working at, then coming into Best Buy to get
mm-hmm,
an AOL disc. Yeah, to those that don't know, an AOL disc. I gotta look right here, my bad. An AOL disc to get that, and then I heard this voice, unmistakable accent. I said, "Okay, cool. That sounds like my guy." He walks over to me. Boom. Yo, Kev, what you doing? I say, you just at the computer store? They give you this, they give you this, you got this, you got this, you got 401, you got this. Come sign this application real quick.
mm-hmm,
So technically, if I
mm.
hadn't know Chris Royal, I wouldn't have worked at Best Buy. Wouldn't have met this guy, and
Facts.
there we go. So
Such and such and such and such and so on. Now,
yeah.
because you brought up the AOL disc,
Mm,
everybody who had an AIM name, drop it in the chat. If you
mm,
remember if you was on Instant Messenger,
mm.
drop
Take it back.
it in the chat. I dare you. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Who said 2 likes, 12 people. Hit the like button. That's right. You know what I'm saying? I should like, man, y'all, you know what I'm saying? All these people in here. Slap that like.
Hey, that's good. I can't see.
Uh
I thought it was gonna be like one person gonna be chanting. Nobody knows me. I was saying, you know what I was about to say, right? Nobody buys.
mm, nobody buys me either. Hey dog, you're old, bro.
Because I'm about to go and call USA
USA
1000.
1000. You know I know. Jewelry. Stop
Nice.
it, dog. Stop it. Oh, man, look at the aim joints. Look at the aim joints dropping, bro.
What you got? What you
Aim
got? What you
joints
got?
dropping.
Too old to remember.
Oh, I'm too old to remember my aim. Listen, man, I had one, but it ain't. I'm not telling y'all.
What's the mic name?
Look, empty shells. Hey, Domingo,
Yes, sir.
let's run it back a little bit because I know we've told the story. I don't know if people have really heard your side of the story.
Hmm.
I have questions involving the story, but like when we made the decision to do loading snacks, to make loading snacks a thing,
Mm-hmm.
the plan was it was going to be a podcast. It's like an audio podcast. We had the audio equipment, table set up in the middle,
Mm-hmm.
microphones ready to go. And it was born out of something you and I were already doing, which was Fresh Graffiti, which was our discussion about music, really about the 4 pillars of hip hop. You know what I mean, and kind of discussing all of that and being able to break that down and tie it into things that were happening now and where that comes from.
Right.
And for some reason, when you showed up to record, you brought a camera and a backdrop. The question is why?
You hit me with that the other day, and from all right now, my memory is like
you didn't answer it.
I didn't. All right. So I had a camera, I had a backdrop, and the plan for that was for us to add video to what we already had. We did audio and had no video with that. So it's like, because I had a camera, I'm gonna go ahead and just bring this and see what happens. So we have a video to go with that. It's just I think that was actually the proper way to go, because it was like we needed to grow, and at the time, yo, what up, Jokes?
What up?
So
Hey, he can't see you at all right now,
Nah,
bro.
bro. Man got me mid cleaning my glasses over here, so I don't all shiny on here.
and listen, if I saw you, I probably wouldn't know who the hell you were, bro. I'm like, where you
No.
get those snack shirt from? That's what I probably like. So I don't
Showed
know.
up looking like Scrap.
Man,
I
didn't even
knew
give
it,
me
bro.
chance enough to
It's
change my name
Scrappy.
on here.
It's Scrappy. Get him out of here.
It's like, what we do?
Oh man, he has no idea, y'all. He doesn't even know what that means, bro.
I get it, bro.
Okay,
Alright.
you had the camera. We needed to add video.
And I think
What
that
we already had. That's
that was-
why. That's what.
that was kind of like the best thing to do, I think, because it was like at the time, you got to think about it. Everything was relatively new. They didn't really have social media like it is now. Wasn't really what it was. You had that 10-second,
Correct.
15-second, and I think Instagram was cool. But we had to think about whether or not we wanted to get on Instagram and do anything. And that was like the first. I think Facebook was first, and then it was like after that,
Facebook was definitely first, and
we-
Facebook and YouTube.
yeah. Then it was like, okay, we see what's happening. But YouTube was first because YouTube was the one that added everything. So it just seems right to go with it. I was already doing video
What up, B?
for other things, and it was like it's right to bring it over. Besides taking pictures, but I was new. I hadn't been to a con yet though either. So that was
This
like
is true.
So I was just like, hey, I do video. I got this. Let's bring it in, see what happened, and there you go.
This is where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, for a long time, you might hear K. K will make sure that you heard him, even though you didn't see him.
I got you. I see where you're going there.
Yeah, like back when we were doing stuff and everything we did was like, even sometimes when K wasn't supposed to be heard, you would hear K. But I'm not going. That's a whole other thing.
First of all, do you like snacks?
No.
You wouldn't let me. Yeah, cool.
I'm talking about like sometimes we would be shooting something.
Oh.
And as the camera person, Kay would react sometimes and do it vocally. So like if you watch some of the old videos, like there are moments, some more prominent than others, where when we ask a question and somebody responds to a question or something like that, again, it was early. We were still learning and kind of figuring things out. And the microphone's not pointed at Kay, but it is like right next to his face.
He's loud enough for it.
Yeah. So it would just be like they answer a question, he likes it, and it might just be a simple, okay. And you would hear that like in the background, and that he would respond to something. But then when we moved into really and truly into doing the Loading Snack Show, right? When we moved into like shooting together all in the studio here. And what we were shooting, we were kind of doing with a live studio audience, but the studio audience was just us in the background.
Yeah.
Against whoever happened to be on screen.
Those are super fun.
It allowed us to interact with each other in ways that otherwise you couldn't. And so a lot of times we would direct questions or say things to Kay. And so you would hear him. You wouldn't see him until the infamous dance. I should have pulled this video. The infamous dance video.
I thought about that yesterday.
There was a video with Kay in his Best Buy uniform.
Yeah, I did have it on there.
Dancing in front of a green screen with a background he put up, and it's just him dancing to his own music with a smiley face emoji that he just animated around his face as he was moving and dancing around, so you would never see his face. And that was kind of part of the plot, was like you would hear Kay, but you would never see Kay. And that was kind of a thing for a little while. So I do want to dig into that a little bit, Kay, because what was the thought of the reasoning for you behind? Because I was pushing. I'm like, dog, I know you want to be on camera. Why don't you just get on camera? You're like, nah, I don't want to be on camera. I'm good. Look, they said, what an icon.
Listen,
Man.
I had no intention to be on camera ever. My thing was to pretty much be like how Ghostface was when he first came out with Wu-Tang. It's like to just be that person. And I say going to the show and even having that whatever that word is that people know who you are. I forgot the anonymity, whatever. I don't know what I'm messing with.
Anonymity. Yeah, I got you.
So I wanted that. It kind of rubbed me differently because I didn't get acknowledged like everybody else did, but I didn't care. I used to always say I'm the fifth member. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that you see, but you never see. And it's like, so it was pretty cool. And I wanted it really 100. Straight up and down, I wanted to be that way forever. I never wanted to get on camera. I would hint, and if I was there, it would be something about it that would actually put me in there. I'll be the only guy. Even when I took pictures with some of my DJ friends, I will always be the one with a record over top of my face. If you were there, you know who I was, but I would take the picture of whatever song. And to that day, I took the picture with Future's album. And they stopped doing the show. So I said that was a taboo. Don't ever take a picture with Future's album cover of your face. Your show.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Just for advice, don't take a picture with Future's album in front of you, just in case you was thinking about doing that in the future.
Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas, all good stuff. Solid dollars, all that, but never Future. Anyway, so it's like you have no future with Future. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, I never had no plans of being on the camera, never, ever. And if not, it was going to be in a funny way. Right. I think the thing that made me was the position I got at the day job. And I think that's probably one of the good things about it because I had to be in front of I do speeches in front of everybody every day. That's what my job is. And it's like, so, and over a microphone at that. So that's another thing. Right. I might slip. That's one of my things. I came to the presentation twice with my zipper down though. That was funny. I pulled the phone up in the air and was like, and I was like, I can't read that. I had to walk up to her and she said, your flyer's down. I was like, oh, thank you.
Nothing you can do about it now, buddy. Nope. The show must go on. Yep.
Like, it was out there.
It's out there. Well, it wasn't quite out there, but but that was hilarious. But I haven't slipped up on the mic. Hopefully I won't ever. But so that's the thing about it. In getting that position, that kind of made me want to do it. And I think, I forgot what con it was. And it was somebody, matter of fact, it was the first time V1 Tech. No. There was the other people that make the thing. I forgot what they called. But actually, they made the same kind of thing. And I thought it was so interesting. I just had
to shoot it.
There you go. And matter of fact, shout out to Jokes because Jokes shot the first video I ever did. And it's like, and when you watch it behind the scenes, I'm like, I'm dancing because you got to get done.
You gotta get all that.
You gotta get all that out.
And then and then it ended up being okay. And I wanted to do something. Wow. I'm gonna say I put it like this. I like it. That's always going to be like probably like about 80% of what I still, even to this day. The 20% comes because I think another part of it was with the tech bites. Because before that, it was like, let me show you what's in the box. And then one day when I did it, I set the camera up and I had whatever. I think it was a hoodie I had. And then I was just being silly and I went to the laundry room that was right there and I had my socks on. So then I ran across the floor to just come to time and I ran across and I slid. And when I slid across the floor, I came back and said, hey, so let me show you what's in the box. And it was like, and then from there, I just felt like me being silly and cracking the joke at the beginning. Fun fact, but true fact, when I get super dumb nervous, I get really silly. And I'll just say some of the wildest things to draw it out. And by having that slide and then jump into that part, that broke the ice for me for being in the camera. So then it's like, okay, great. And then when I started doing, I said, well, Tech Bite's a little bit more serious, but how can I break the ice? Slide in the camera every time. And then when I showed it to you for the first time, it's like, I felt like me. I just felt like me just being funny, talking about something like I'm running away from somebody and let me tell you what's popping really, really quick and then slide off the camera again. So it just became more fun. But I had to answer your question boldly. 80% of it still behind the scenes. 20% is when I come out for Tech Bites or when you see me in the shows.
Yeah, I mean, look, realistically, there is a lot of work that happens behind the scenes across the board, right? That again, there's stuff that goes into like again when you know your listings as an artist, right? So I mean, there is art. Like there's the graffiti side of you and who you are. There's the artist, the creative, the writer, the rapper. There's the DJ version persona. There's the just the music lover
That's
persona. There's the producer,
that's
Mhm.
where it started. Music started from.
right? There's the producer.
Mhm.
There's the videographer. There's the photographer. All of those things are things that encapsulate who you are in some manner, and you are a person who enjoys capturing the moment.
Mhm.
And to me, if I had to answer the question of why did you bring a camera to a thing that was supposed to be an audio podcast, and I just think your natural state of thought is about capturing the moment.
Mm.
And so even something like sliding in, you are always recapturing that moment of that first slide. It is
Mhm.
helping you break the ice, it is helping you, but there's that thing of kind of capturing the moment and holding on to it. You have a tendency to like go back and like there are certain moments that are just like forever locked in your brain that you like to bring up. You know,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
remember the thing when this happened? That I like so capturing a moment for you. However, it is. It's a moment that's captured in music. It's a moment that's captured in photography or in a video. You know what I mean? It's a moment that's captured in a silly saying or something that comes up.
Mhm.
And I
Same
think
for me.
that's a lot of key.
Mhm.
Um, you know, to what to what that is. So like obviously you have a love of music. We've talked about it a lot of times. It's obvious to me, but um, look, man, without getting too far back in the crates,
Okay.
right? Like as you get into music and get into production,
Mm.
at what point does it click for you that you could use the combination of the things, especially music, to do other things behind the scenes? So again, for instance, like scoring a piece of film or something like that. Like when does that happen for you?
Mhm.
My love for that side of the music it goes all around. Like theme songs is definitely
Yeah.
my thing. We were singing that
Yeah.
earlier. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the theme songs, scores, sounds, like the Jason Voorhees sound when he comes out, all that. Come on, it actually said that. So it's like Halloween and John Carpenter. Basically, I'm not gonna say single-handedly there because his dad is actually John Williams. It's a lot of
Yeah.
other people I can actually name, but when it comes to scores and stuff, it's just that it's the love of creating that one sound, that one song that kind of resonates. Like theme songs, no matter how old they are, they're theme songs. You don't really have that much anymore. So whether they're
Yeah.
instrumental or that is that. But I think I've always wanted to have a piece of music. Everything I do, I want to have it stands on its own.
Mhm.
So creating a song is memorable. Creating something that's a backdrop or a score for a video game, that's another thing. I always wanted to do that. So it's just like anything I see that has music into it, I want to be that person. But if I'm into like
Right.
if I'm into like horror or film, whatever it may be, I want to have a score. And so my
Mhm.
mind is always working for stuff like that. It's really crazy, like it never stops. I was in a restaurant, I heard some stuff the other day, and I was like, I'm thinking how many beats I can make out this song, and they laughing at me, but other people were sitting there like they understood. They were just laughing because like this guy is coming up with so many samples. We sitting there trying to eat, and I'm like, because that's what I'm thinking about. I'm
That's just
thinking,
how your brain
Yeah.
works.
yeah. Um, Playing the band was a big part of it. Our band was
Yeah.
big, and we had a lot of things. I had a lot of input for the music that was played, things I wanted to sample, songs we did play when people played whole grooves and was being more original in the go-go world. It was like we were pretty much there. So at the end of the day, it didn't work out to the way I wanted to, but it was a lot of influences that people still credit us for, which is kind of crazy, which is wild. But
Mm.
you
Uh,
know, it just to be simplified. I hope I'm answering the question. Anytime I had something to do with music, anywhere, it would be film, television, uh, videos. I always want to do, and I think it's because in addition to that is because when people was making beats back in the day, I didn't have a all I had was a turntable and I was a beatbox first.
Right.
So I would come up with the ideas, beatbox it, and then when I got my hands on sample, I had to pay for studios all the time. So when I got the chance to have a keyboard to sit there and play, I continued to make beats and continue to write rhymes. We had to pay nobody because it was like I make the beats, I write the rhymes.
Just do it in there. That's right. Save some of that. Save some of that extra money. Trust me, I know how that goes. J. Robert Dean said, "I don't know. I think Giacchino does good themes."
Oh no, Michael Giacchino, hell yeah, for like The Incredibles, he's one of my favorite too. It's like it's so many conductors that does different things, But I would say every nostalgic piece, not even nostalgic, every like big name part. You think of John Williams, think of Star Wars, you think of the Imperial March, which like you play that joint, and it's like it's undescribably the way. Indiana Jones, you have the original Friday the 13th music, you have Halloween, which is that, and then the story of how John Carpenter was like, yo, he gonna make the music too. So he did the whole score. You think of this person, the writer, and he did it, it's not impossible. And so I just think the other side of it is that's why I wanted to leave it. It's kind of weird because I really like every genre of it. When if we look at the photos, it's a picture of Diana Ross and she's in the balcony of Studios 54. And she's in the balcony on the microphone. You got Andy Warhol in the background and DJing on records. And it's a picture that I took at this club that's no longer there. It's called Cloak and Dagger. But it's a picture of a girl holding a phone, smiling with all her other friends in the picture in her phone. I said, if I was up top then, I wasn't quite, I think I came up there maybe 2 or 3 years, 2 years after probably was actually, that's like early 80s, 13, 14 years of my life, I was doing stuff that nobody would be thinking about. But if I got up there and I was managed to sneak into Studio 54, I would have had that kind of experience and I would have been more into photography then because the way I capture stuff from that Diana Ross picture. And that's what they kind of push it into. If you ever look it up, just look at Diana Ross in Studio 54. It's two angles, but it's like what I acclimate my side from being. It's like, I'm in the party. Here's what the party is. Let me show you, but you don't see me. That kind of thing. So that's that. If that
I want to highlight and actually talk about Tech Bites for a minute.
Okay.
Look, I would say that probably the thing that I would say brought more attention to you than anything, even though you weren't physically in it, was beats and beatdowns.
Wow.
That's like Marcus' favorite thing. But
it's
Tech Bite, we all worked in the tech spot. You know what I mean? We know it, but like, what do you think it is about tech? I do think that there's a line between people who are like art driven people and tech and technology, but like, what is it about tech? What is it about gadgets, new things that draw you in and make you maybe want to share that with other people?
It's a combination of not having money and being able to go over a friend's house. That there's always that kid that got the new system before you got it. There's always that kid that got the 25-inch color TV. Don't seem like as much, and you got this one there. Yeah. You're always on the show. You get a new stereo, got the EQs, you got the crossovers, all that. You're trying to just do everything. It's always that. But coming into just a little bit extra money where I can afford some things and don't have to worry about it. I just want to not show them off, but I would say, hey, let's take the gap of things you have and kind of take the things around the area that you want and then show you what these things can do in a form that, hey, I'm just showing you, letting you know. I love that. But now let's see how the tech that's everyday stuff can make your life better and kind of like, bring some of your dreams to come true, what you want to use, whether it's apps or your phones, whatever, and just not really show it off, but just introduce people to stuff that they may or may not know it could do that, or hey, I never heard of that before. Let me jump in. And it was something that in our world we haven't done really since technically Loot Crate, but we didn't really go into it. And I always wanted to do that too. It's almost if you see somebody doing it and you say, I can do that maybe better in my own way. But this is really introducing people to different technologies that may not have heard of it, that want to see what they can do with it. You remember, keep your fishing pole, Opie. Keep your fishing pole. Always reel me back in. For those who don't know, he is
Always back in.
perfect. He's also a dope director, Ron Howard. So basically, you know what I'm saying? There we go.
They don't. They know. They know.
Oh my
I think this particular group is versed.
nice.
Is aware. Think you're safe.
Aware.
Yeah. So
and I hope I'm asking the questions right, man. You know, I mean, I got a lot of words in my head right now. So I'm gonna be.
I mean, it's not. I don't. The reality of it is, I don't know that there's a right or wrong for, you know what I mean. These are your answers to the questions. They're, you know what I mean. They're not. It's not a test.
It's beginning to
I guess we could go back and we, you know what I'm saying, we could go back and take the recording of this and test you and see if your answers are the same when we ask the questions again, and see if you come up with something different. You know what I mean? see if you really know. You know what I'm saying? The answers when you're talking about you, but it's not a, you know, it's not a test. It's just, you know.
I just shop at Morton's. I used to wear some tough skins. I had some burgundy corduroys with a jean jacket and some big glasses. You know, I was that skinny kid wearing some kangaroos with the zippers on them and a braid, rocking a blue bandana.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what's going on now.
Now you're just now you just like, yeah. Now you really just kind of flying. You know what I'm saying? Here's what I'd really like to hear from you now.
Okay.
Right. So again, for a lot of people, this is their first introduction to you. I mean, again, even if they have, maybe heard us talk about.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Correct. Even if they've maybe gotten some of your opinions or something, like, again, like you've been on content with the group before, with like Loading Sites Movie Club, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Tech Bites is, you know, you're in your own space and you're in your own world talking about things that you really like. A lot of times, like, you know, you introduce stuff in Tech Bites that you don't talk to us about. And I don't mean that from like you didn't tell us you were going to do that Tech Bite. I mean, like, you have a new thing, a new gadget or whatever that you're using or you're messing around with or you're playing with. And like, we talk to you every week and you never said, hey, bruh, I got this new whatever it is. And you know what I'm saying? And like, so, which is cool, because most of the time when we see it, it's new to us too. Right. And we can kind of see the excitement that you have about the thing that you decided was exciting enough that you felt the need to talk about that thing, right? To show that thing. But again, because this is really people's first introduction to you, I would really like to give people an opportunity to hear kind of your take on the path that Loading Snacks has had as you see it from your eyes, from the beginning to now, like where we were and what that journey has been like for you, because they get to hear it from us a lot. I think do panels when we're talking here, that kind of thing, but I don't think we always get to do that. What's up, Adam? How you feeling, bro?
It was good.
Always good to see you. What's up, Anthony? Anthony says, what up, fam? Glad you decided to step from behind that cam. I love your energy. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I appreciate it. I do apologize, sir.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? We're trying to get my man to jump out there for quite some time. I will say this before you get into that journey a little bit. This is what I'm gonna say. I remember the first time you did an interview, I wasn't there, right? And I remember, and the jokes calling me and like telling me like, "Yo,
hey, yo,
this dude K just shot an interview." And I'm like, "What do you mean he shot an interview? He always shoot the interviews. What are you talking about?"
No. Nah. He was the interview.
Yo shot the interview. K did the interview, and I was like,
I need to see
might
that.
Be swelling. right? um, and I like, but while we were there, we met this photographer
Oh,
named
yeah.
Heidi,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, all right, somebody should jump in and do an interview with her, and I was like, no, you have to do the interview,
Yeah.
and you was like, you did this joint, me, point, me, yes, bro, you have to do the interview, dog. Like you have to get in. I remember you saying to me the first time I like actually spoke to you after you did when I got to the convention, and you was like, bro, I've been watching y'all do this for years.
Mm-hmm.
I have so much more respect for y'all because that joint was hard, bro. like I feel Coop now and
Yeah.
like what he was going through. I do want to talk about that experience for you a little bit too, because I do believe that that is part of that journey, right? From like where we were,
Mm-hmm.
your spot behind the camera, behind the music, behind the production, behind like the audio and the video production, you know, to the side we're at now where there is maybe an 80-20, where it was a lot more like 99-1
Mm.
before. Um J. Robert Dean said he thinks he remembers that interview. Yeah. It's even now and then he still tries not to actually be on because he'll use Rossi as his orange hand puppet to do interviews
That's my guy right there.
instead of him being there. But like give me the give me the rundown of just kind of how you see the journey for you
For me.
within loading snacks from the beginning to like where we are now.
All right. If I so from the beginning, it was really just to be, and it's kind of like this can bookend because it's really the same. To be used in the way that I have the talents, the things that's given to me, the things that interest me, to help the crew and whoever I'm rocking with to get to the point where they want to go.
Right.
So when it comes to video, um, like I said, never really wanted to be on camera for real. Just wanted to be the skills to be used. I think music plays a big part in trying to do that. So staying behind the scenes doing the music. I rather like the fact that when I think one thing somebody came up and said that who does the music, like how many people, because I hear a rock song, I hear a hip hop song, I hear a score. You're like, no, that's just one guy. Because like
Mhm.
I get to use and be spread out to all these different ways. Then so, sorry. So it's supposed to be serious. All right. So yeah. So to do all those different things and be able to be top notch in each one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get to stretch your legs a little bit, right? And try a bunch of different things and not be shoehorned into.
Yeah, never wanted to be pretty much in the box when it comes to the talent wise because there's always a way you can actually do something. If I didn't know, I would learn. And at the same time, it's like I'm always into that in different things. So it's like, okay, well, let's bring this craft over. Let's do this. So video was that, and coming from when we first started, that's all I wanted to do, just be behind the scenes and just
Mm-hmm.
provide whatever needed to be provided. We did some incredible, we still do, but we did a lot of things off the cuff during the week where I would call you and we'd laugh about some stuff. Like it's some ideas that's still in the day that we haven't done that's hilarious. So it's like whenever it comes out, it's different things, but okay, it's the ideas, whatever we want to throw on the wall, we use it, we go with it. If it doesn't work, we try something else. And that growth from where it was. And I think one of the biggest things is other people acknowledging that and having us do stuff for them because they see the part of it was. Because imagine you got you got you got us doing something, and then you see is it doesn't mean we all gonna disappear soon? Maybe.
It was bound to happen.
When is gonna happen? Yeah. When I saw the other one freeze, that was a wrap. Now we look like we on like whatever that the triple take jump. The commanders need to get. It's like like
My apologies, y'all. Okay, continue, Kay.
so like when being the invisible fifth man, that was the thing, because people would actually come up, and when we had those opportunities to work with Brian and Jerry and Penny and other different people from their Kickstarters, they never saw, they knew who I was, but they just saw the product and the end game. So it's like when we had, that was a big thing for me to be able to say that I like the way y'all stuff looks. I need our stuff to look like that. Can y'all do that for us? And I remember that night, and it's just like it was a great way to do it. And it was like being able to, like I said, it could be booked in just with this one saying. Like I said, somebody seeing the talent that a lot of people didn't believe in me to do. And told me in every shape or form, every article I went in, I mentioned this in some shape or form, that your photography is trash, your video is not gonna be nothing, your music is garbage. You look, and these were prominent people in my life that told me that. But being free in this particular space to go and do that, and then venturing all those worlds, and then have people outside who didn't know me want that quality, want that look based upon what I've already done. And it was just so the journey from then is that I just want to do more of it now, and I want to stretch us out to be a little bit more, as far as a lot more, not skits wise, but more like shorts that go along with the brand, and not necessarily features with Loading Snacks, but features with y'all. Like, I want to do features, but the first thing you do is take your friends with you and go with that side. So I just think what I see for us, it's more stuff helping people. It's more of our own, and branching out into more things. Is going to be a little more comedy, more serious stuff like that, but just in our same brand. But again, being in the way that we can help people, and that's really all I really want to do, and have fun.
I think it's weird. I think it feels like sometimes it goes without saying, but maybe it actually does need to be said that Loading Snacks, we talk a lot about what our outreach has been like the effect that we've been able to have within the community for helping people from a mental standpoint, from a financial standpoint, in terms of like being able to help assist with a Kickstarter, or help bring promotion to a certain thing that they were doing, or whatever else. But in everything from t-shirts for autism, the t-shirts for breast cancer, the t-shirts for leukemia, to Extra Life every year, to like just kind of finding ways to give back that way. Even with all of that stuff, and like the kind of monetary gain that comes with that, and being able to impact things from a place where we're able to get a community to help donate to a thing that we think is important, and therefore they think it's important, and whatever, we've been able to effectively help people become more comfortable, be good with who they are and where they are in life, with what's going on with them, to be positive influences for people to keep going, to continue their journey, to continue their pursuit, those kinds of things. So even though we talk about that kind of stuff a lot, I don't think we often give credit to what Loading Snacks has been for us personally. And so to listen to you say, and again, I've heard it from you, but I'm not sure I've ever quite heard it in this context, where you and I have had a lot of conversations about the people in your life prior to this, whomever they were, who didn't believe in you, who didn't think that you had the talent, or maybe knew that you had the talent, but still spoke or talked down about that talent, or said, you're talented, but your chances of making it are,
whatever, maybe.
You know what I mean? Or just kind of belittled the thing. And in some cases, that thing included what we were doing, right? With Loading Snacks, and, whether it would amount to anything, or what it's going to be. And I think that being able to be a part of what it is that we've been able to create here has helped us all with that kind of thing, right? Has helped us all to kind of find a family and a place, and we're constantly in these conventions with all of these people who we know and whom we've gotten to know over the years, and build these extraneous families that exist outside of each other, but are all connected. You know what I mean, in one way or another, because they're all part of the same community. The way that we're able to lean on each other and see each other as family, treat each other like family, and know that from week to week we have each other, and we have a thing that's going on. I don't think very often we talk about how having what Loading Snacks is has been good for us. And I think that's an important thing, you know what I mean, to kind of get out there. Because it does speak to like a lot of the things that we talk to people about look, find your people, find your community. Here's how you can do it. These are the ways that it can happen. But I think this is really the first time I've been able to hear what you're saying and kind of hear it tied into what we do, as a way for you to say, look, people were telling me that like I'd never make anything with music or wouldn't be, and here it is. Now there are people who are going because of Loading Snacks and what we were doing there. There are people who are looking at my photography, or there are people who want my videography, or there are people who want, whatever. And you've been able to build not just a business, right, of your own, doing photography and videography for people, doing editing and shooting for other people, traveling the world, going to Iceland, going to Paris, going to whatever, all the strength of a portfolio that you built, really doing stuff with us here, and us having conversation with you about, nah, dog, your stuff's dope. Like this is, it's great what you're doing. This is, trust me, like you got something here. And kind of having an opportunity for you to to have your photography showcased at a gallery, right, is a thing that wasn't there. To have published work, to have all that kind of stuff is stuff that I think there was a time maybe before there was a Loading Snacks that you wouldn't have given yourself
I totally agree with that. Yeah, it never would have happened. I think there was too many entities in that time, or one prominent one in that time, that definitely wouldn't have done. I mean, the universal math? The universal math is DJ Ross, but DJ Ross started from one part. But actually, there's people that saw Loading Snacks. Like, okay, you got Casper, who saw Loading Snacks, also was a fan. Yo, Kev does this, boom, 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 come out. You got Ross that met me. I met Casper, so I met Ross through Casper. Ross, I met Casper. Casper and Liquor Shot, DJ Casper, DJ Liquor Shot, in case y'all don't know who they are. And then
Liquor Shot, who also happens to be like best friends with somebody I grew up with. Like, it's the circle is circling.
Yeah, I saw him say something about Sin. I was like, how you know Sin? So I'm like,
yeah.
But again, I said, you probably know. And then it's like, so then going there, Ross saw me, Casper knew Casper knew watched Loading Snacks, came and told Howie told blah blah blah. Joy saw me doing this. Joy took me to Renita and Alicia and them took me to Iceland and to Paris for that part, and so on and so on and so on. It starts from DJ Ross, but that's just Ross introducing me to Casper. But had Casper had not watched Loading Snacks, he wouldn't have known that I did video.
Those type of thing, yeah.
I'm in there. So it's Loading Snacks plays a huge part. But again, it would have been, I never would have sat in your basement and said, I wish I had my own camera, my own laptop that I can actually go and do my own stuff with instead of trying to rent and think things out. Now I have several cameras, several computers, did this and all that nature. And it's like, but it all grew from that. And it was also stated true things like, yo, you gonna get too busy one day. That blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it never really technically happened, but it's on the cuff. But the thing is, this is home. This is like, I would never be that way where I'm too busy. I would say I can make it. I would say this might not work out, but I'll be here, or I'll be here this day, but I won't be there for that day. But this is where it starts. And I get to do the most here. Also, now that I'm just in front of the camera too, now it's like, okay, now I really get to be silly. And now I give Rossi, I can really be silly, really just give the whole entire what I'm about. If you talk to me on a regular basis, it's like a a lot of humor, and it's like but it's serious too. But I mean, recent weeks, man, I just like look, be yourself, do what you need to do. There's people that's gonna rock with you, people that's not gonna rock with you, but you got some people in my circle right now, y'all included, that's been there. And even though we rumble, even though we had some things to say to each other, it ain't never lost. It ain't never diminished on what it is, and it's gotten
Right.
stronger. So it's like,
Right.
you know, so yeah, that's a big part, man. So it's y'all Lotus Snacks has always been a big part, major part for me doing what I do and being able to do what I need to do. So yeah, that's always a factor. I will never. Who's Lotus Snacks? I never heard of these guys. You get big time. Be like, I get big time. I already know what's happening. Take y'all to dinner, each individual one. Boom. What would you want to do? What do you think it need to take you to do right now for at least about a year to do what you need to do? Slide a check or some cash on the table. Go and quit your job tomorrow.
Man.
Do this forever. And B, I've been telling you for a minute to buy you a mustard. That's crazy. Like,
Hey, listen, I'm happy it got to you
Listen,
safely.
yeah,
Jokes bought Rob the actual mustard. Like he looked out for him while we was together over the weekend. So clearly Rob got his hands on it, and clearly
Yep.
Lindsay's upset about it. So I guess I'm glad I'm glad everything's good. You know what I'm saying? Glad everything's good. Yeah, Domingo, man. Look, man, I don't know how often you'll make it onto this show in particular,
right.
but it's always open. I half the time you in the comments. You know what I mean? Picking on Frosty. So
No, I'm not. We
now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are friends. It's all weird.
It's weird.
is
You know what I'm
it?
saying?
All right, so I guess for us, we might have to do one or two occasionally. But we're gonna have
Look,
Speaking
man,
of, man,
man hammer right there.
okay.
Yeah.
I see you.
I mean, look, somehow you got to keep up. Somehow you got to keep up appearances. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you, then. I got you.
look, Frosty said it's weird. All caps. It's weird. Look,
Yeah, it is. It is.
I spent so much time fighting. Y'all ain't know y'all was so much alike. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I
There was another like that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Look, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I want to thank you for joining us, Kay. It was way past due.
Mm-hmm.
Jokes, your time is coming.
180th show. Here we go.
Yeah, way down in there somewhere, man. I don't know. Look, yeah, Jokes, your time is coming. We're gonna get in here and do, kind of have a deep dive on you and your stories.
I got stories.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, okay, you gotta make sure you're here for that one for sure. Definitely. Jokes, we renamed you Scrappy. I don't know if you know, but like
Scrappy,
you had to
so
watch.
that's what it is now.
Yep. Yes,
you're gonna have to look. You're gonna have to watch the show. You know what I mean? To see it. I don't owe you an explanation. You just answer when we call you. You feel me? Candace said, "Thanks for gracing us with your presence tonight, Kate. Come back soon."
Hey, anything for you, Candace. You're great.
Kayla said, "Hi guys, what up, Kidlit?"
It was popping.
Also, Frosty said, "Scrappy." Facts. Come on, Candace. Justice for jokes again? We don't want to see that. We back to hashtag justice for jokes. Is that what we doing?
Bringing it back.
That was right. He's Scrappy. That's all.
Oh my goodness.
Are we talking like Scooby Doo Scrappy? Is that Scrappy?
Yes.
Scrappy Doo. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Kidlet. Now, what's interesting is, why did Jay Roberts have to tell us that you said hi if you were already in here and
already
able,
in there for?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you could have just. Whoa, wait a minute. Nana said, "Yes, yes, government."
Whoa. It's right there, yo.
Straight up government. All right, so listen, I want to take a moment to thank again the folks at MorokuCon for hosting us, for being gracious and kind of giving us obviously the data we needed on Friday so that we could send off the way that we needed to do so. And for being so gracious for us over the weekend. For getting folks to sign the poster and so forth. Um, it's it was really dope. Look who popped in, man.
Hey,
Jerry said, "Good to see y'all smiling faces. Real good to see you too, Jerry. Just know you came up over the weekend. We'll talk about that later."
Mhm.
B said the joke slander is organic. Facts. It just happens.
It
You
just
know what I mean?
Mm.
Kayla said we didn't coordinate in advance. Our apology. You know what? Apology accepted. You know what I mean? J. Robert Dean said y'all were signing off just in case you didn't make it in time. You know, J. Robert Dean's, it always takes us about 10 minutes to sign off. Like
does.
it never goes that quickly. Yeah. Again, and called out Nana for the Christopher joint.
Mm.
That's right. Heather, let them know. Heather, Scrappy Doo, the puppy with power. See? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Someone knows.
Rob says, "Hey Jerry." Hey Jerry. Um, yeah, look, again, thanks to the good folks from over this weekend. We had a really good time. It was really nice to be there and kind of be away. It was kind of a good way to kind of get beyond things that we had to do Friday. Um, we've had some really good conversations about what loading snacks looks like going forward. For most of you, it's probably not going to change a whole lot, though we do have some new things that are going to be coming up on the horizon, some stuff that we're working on. Some necessary adjustments based on the circumstances that we'll get to, but we are going to keep doing generally all of the things that you're used to seeing us do. And speaking of which, in a few weeks, we have StellarCon in Lancaster, Pennsylvania at the Lancaster Convention Center. That is September 27th. So one day. There is an after party. So we'll be there hosting on the main stage. I know that they have several guests. Some of them are guests we have seen before. I don't think any of the guests that are there are guests that I have specifically hosted panels for.
I don't think so.
But Cannondale will also be there. I know that she has hosted panels for at least one of them previously. Well, a couple of them because they were on a panel together. I don't know what the plan is exactly for how the panels and stuff are being set up. I'll have to talk and figure that out. But if you can make it out that way, if you're going to come out, you know what I mean, and check it out, it'll be great to see y'all. Again, it's always a blast to see people in person. Love having the opportunity to chat with you all here late at night. Some of you guys are probably in your pajamas, eating ice cream or something you're not supposed to right before bed or whatever it is. We love being a part of that. But see y'all in person, is always really, really special. So if you can make it, come out. We're still on our regular rotations with Baltimore Comic-Con coming up, Ocean City Comic-Con coming up, all that kind of stuff. And again, we'll keep you abreast of all that as we get closer to those dates. We have not been doing a great job of it just under the current circumstances, but we do have the loadingsnacks.com website. It is there. It's available. We need to go in and update some things. Kay and I actually talked about that just before we went live. Dr. Who said, "I eating a taco bowl." Thank you. Of course.
I like the sound of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That does not sound bad at all. So we do need to do some updates to that again. Just under current circumstances, it's been a little tough to kind of figure out what are some of the best ways to navigate making some of the changes we need to. Listen, you don't have to make corrections to
you. Don't have to do it.
I mean, for us, Doctor Who, we know. I read it the way you typed it because it was funnier that way, but I know what you meant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, having said that, I think we're gonna close out. We have some things that we need to discuss that we're not gonna discuss in front of you right now. It's not because we don't love you. It's just because currently they're secrets. Currently. They're secrets. So I want to thank all of you for hanging out with us this evening. Truthfully, you could have been anywhere, and you probably are. You're probably watching something else on TV somewhere or doing something else also in your phone or scrolling, doom scrolling or something. Some of you might be paying attention wholeheartedly and vividly. And regardless of how it is that you're tuned into this, I'm thankful for you being here. It really does mean a lot to us. It truthfully does help us keep going. So love it. You know what, J. Robert Deans, you would have a direct question about the taco. You know what I mean? Of all the things. Rob says, thank you guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Really appreciate you and your time this weekend. It was
Yes,
great.
sir.
You spending some time with you. It was awesome. Jokes,
Yes, sir.
tell the people what I need them to know.
Remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we're out. Tools and lose.